They say marketing builds bridges, but what if those bridges are burning down right under our feet? Slowly, invisibly, without us even noticing. Imagine that the very tactics used every day to connect, to grow, to inspire, are secretly shattering the one thing that makes everything possible: trust. Founders, leaders, professionals, your brands, your visions, the lives you touch, are all riding on this fragile thread. And right now, millions are pulling it taut, some snapping it. The harsh truth? Too often, marketers are the ones who don't realize they're tearing it apart. It hurts because nobody sets out to break trust. You start with the best intentions. You create content, craft messages, build strategies, aiming to captivate. Yet with every clever trick, every push for faster growth, every shortcut taken to grab attention or clicks, a little more trust seeps away. People don't just buy products, they buy belief. They buy values, authenticity, the feeling that someone has their back. When marketing morphs into noise, manipulation, or empty promises, it erodes that belief silently but destructively. Have you ever noticed how customers act? Skeptical, cautious, exhausted. They dodge ads, mistrust brands, block emails, and scroll past offers like they're invisible. They feel bombarded, not connected. This isn't randomness, it's a sign. The system designed to build relationships is instead isolating us from the very people we need most. Leaders, this is your waking call. You can keep riding a wave of short-term wins that fade overnight. Or you can break the cycle and rebuild something real. Rebuilding trust isn't about gimmicks or perfect scripts. It's about stripping marketing to its raw human core. The honest handshake, the open conversation, the shared value. How? By being fearless enough to ask, are you serving people or just chasing numbers? Are you telling a story or spinning a web? Are you building a future or recycling the old tired myths? It's time to stop selling, start serving. And not serving the crowd, but serving the right few who truly matter. The edge, the rare. Not the masses lost in noise, but the individuals ready to join forces and reshape reality. Because trust doesn't grow in the loudest room. It grows in the shared whispers, in the connections that refuse to be broken, in the commitment to transparency and respect. How do you do this when the pressure is to grow fast, scale quick, show results yesterday? First, embrace brutal honesty. This is a game changer. Admit what you don't know. Drop the smokescreens. The modern audience isn't naive. They crave truth, even if it's uncomfortable. The moment you own your flaws, uncertainties, and even mistakes, you untie the knot of skepticism and invite real connection. That's powerful. Trust is vulnerability's shadow. If you don't show realness, you'll only find suspicion. Next, fight the urge to commodify your story. People see through polished facades designed to sell. They hunger for stories that show struggle, failure, resilience. Share the messy middle, not just the glossy highlights. This isn't weakness, it's strength. It humanizes brands and leaders alike and dismantles the towering myths that separate you from your audience. Then, build with patience. Genuine trust isn't a sprint, it's an eternal marathon. The digital age deceives us with promises of instant success, but true connection takes time. Be relentless in showing up, delivering consistent value, and honoring your word. Avoid the temptation to oversell, overpromise, or shortcut commitments just to hit short-term metrics. The market forgets fast, but it never forgets betrayal. Most crucially, become a curator of community, not just customers. Move beyond transactional relationships. Invite people into meaningful networks where they see themselves reflected, challenged, supported. The world doesn't lack talent or brilliance. It lacks the spaces that nurture and align that brilliance. You can be the catalyst that bridges isolated sparks into an unbreakable chain. People who elevate and believe in each other. That's how trust regenerates. It's not broadcasted, it's woven. Now consider your role in this fragile ecosystem. Is marketing a hammer smashing walls or a gentle hand building doors? Most have been taught to see growth as a conquest. But what if growth is truly measured by how deeply you connect? Trust is the soil where all innovation, loyalty, and impact root themselves. Without it, even the brightest ideas wither and die in sterile isolation. The brutal fact is this: we are drowning in noise, suffocating in strategies designed for the masses, yet starving for authentic connection. But this crisis isn't a dead end, it's a spark. You hold the power to lead a radical shift, a marketing renaissance that chooses liberation over compliance, essence over empty signals, individuality over conformity. It starts by questioning everything. Why does this message exist? Who truly benefits? What story are you telling? And is it serving your audience or just your ego? As founders and leaders, the power to redesign marketing from a tool of manipulation into a form of liberation is yours. Imagine messaging that doesn't just sell, but frees. Imagine campaigns that don't just capture attention, but create shared identities. Imagine a brand so trusted that it feels less like a company and more like a movement, a beacon for those who refuse to settle. By rejecting comfort and cliché, you send a signal that you're playing a different game. You're not here to replicate noise, you're here to amplify essence. Those who align with truth over trend, depth over flash, connection over algorithmic conquest will become the rare few who rise. And they will carry the many on their shoulders because that's how transformation happens. Not with the crowd, but with those bold enough to burn their own path. Radical trust requires radical transparency. It demands dismantling guarded facades and exposing the hearts that beat beneath. This goes beyond business. It's a rebellion against a system that wants you to play safe, conform, and shrink. It's a declaration that your audience deserves better than hollow promises and scripted phrases, that they deserve pioneers who honor their intelligence and respect their time. In practice, this looks like inviting feedback, even harsh or uncomfortable feedback, without defensiveness. It means sharing your roadmap, not just your end game. It means turning customers into partners and followers into co-creators. It means giving up control to gain true influence. And when these principles take root, trust becomes a force multiplier, igniting growth that no algorithm or funnel can fake. Remember, the greatest risk in marketing today isn't losing customers, it's losing relevance, losing the sacred contract that trust represents. Without it, messages fall on deaf ears, brands become faceless shadows, and visions fade into obscurity. But with trust, real, earned trust, every challenge can be faced with unity, every product becomes a promise fulfilled, every story turns into a legacy. This is the moment where everything changes, where marketing stops being a game of superficial tactics and becomes a calling to awaken, to disrupt, to liberate, to connect not just transactions, but hearts, minds, and destinies. A movement is forming, not of the many, but of the few who can see beyond borders, beyond pretense, beyond the noise. Because the future belongs not to those who shout loudest, but to those who build bridges stronger than doubt. Founders, leaders, professionals, this is more than a message. It's a mission. You are the architects of new realities. Your marketing is your masterpiece. Will it be a mask or a mirror? Will it divide or unite? Will it merely chase attention, or will it inspire rebellion? Rebellion against falsehood, rebellion against conformity, rebellion that births trust. Look closely at your next campaign. Ask yourself if it feeds the fire or smothers the flame. Because every choice you make writes history. Every word either chains people down or sets them free. The power is in your hands to stop accidentally destroying trust and start building a legacy that no one forgets. This isn't just marketing anymore. This is how the world changes. When you choose truth over trickery, connection over convenience, courage over comfort, you unlock a force unstoppable, a network of rare individuals, brilliant and aligned, ready to remake the future, together. So stop asking if marketing is trustworthy. Begin asking, how can marketing be the rebellion people crave, the liberation they deserve, the movement they need? And then do it. Because in this moment, nothing less will do.